All right, it's a big day. Senate confirmed Markwayne Mullin, who was the senator from Oklahoma, now to be the leader of the Department of Homeland Security. And as he negotiates a way to fund DHS, President Trump, who has initially insisted that DHS funding be tied to the Save America Act, has now signaled an openness to funding it another way. But will it work? Congressional correspondent Kilmeny Duchardt is here with us. She spoke to Senator John Kennedy about some strategies to get the deal done. It's all about reconciliation. She's live on the Hill with more. Kilmeny, great to see you.
Bianca, great to be with you. And in just the last few moments, we've learned some new details about this potential framework from the Republican Senate Majority Leader John Thune, who is telling reporters coming off the Senate floor that the plan right now is to fund 94% of the Department of Homeland Security, carving out that $5.5 billion from ICE, something that the president had initially requested, of course, or had initially rejected, but then later signaled an openness to after that meeting at the White House last night with Senate Republicans. Now, it will include some modest reforms, but Thune has indicated that they're not going to bend over backwards for Democrats here because he said Democrats don't want funding and they are asking for more demands as part of this funding. So this was something that was had bipartisan agreement over the weekend. It looks like they could move forward there. However, the rest of it seems that it could pass through the reconciliation process. We spoke a lot about strategy with Republican Senator John Kennedy, who had backed that original plan, but he says all of it could be done through reconciliation.
Let's don't make any deals. Let's just do the whole damn thing through reconciliation. Let's do a budget for ICE, for Secret Service, for Coast Guard, for FEMA, for TSA. Let's do it all through reconciliation. Now it's going to take, we won't need a single Democratic vote.
Now, remember, reconciliation is, of course, legislation that allows, of course, it to pass with a simple majority, but it cannot be inflationary. They have to offset any of the funding in that. So I asked that question to Senator Kennedy, what they would potentially cut in exchange for those dollars.
I think we've seen in Minnesota there's an enormous amount of fraud that can be identified. We have a lot of money that can be clawed back under that was passed under President Biden for Green New Deals that haven't even started.
All right. Well, Florida Senator Rick Scott's already rejected the idea of funding DHS without ICE, even if it does go through the reconciliation process. Some House Republicans aren't happy about it, but everybody, of course, is trying to get this done before the end of the week so Congress can get out for its 2-week recess. Bianca.